What's going on, guys? I want to talk to you about Helldivers and its difficulty, right? Um, I see a lot of discourse going on TikTok and on YouTube and Reddit talking about the difficulty of the game on the highest difficulty and then certain other difficulties. And I wanted to give my own perspective on this topic and be a little insight of what I feel and what I've seen from players as I play in the highest difficulty of Helldive and what people say around me and what people say on TikTok. So let's get started. Today I wanted to say how I feel first. Um, I feel like the game is getting a little too hard now to where I feel like certain weapons I use are ineffective. And in certain cases, I feel like that should be the case. But it's starting to feel like that with everything. Especially with, with the Terminids. I'm having a hard time killing Battle Titans. And I get it. Like, they're the hardest, they're the beefiest, they're the biggest bad there. So I get that, for the most part. Two-shotting them with a railgun, I guess that's not really good. Um, but there's always a workaround, but not in this case, I feel. In this case, I feel as if there's not a lot of options, and you must bring something to take them down. I don't know what it is yet. I'm still experimenting with weapons and armor, but if you guys do know how to take them down really easy, please tell me in the comments. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much in advance. But I wanted to compare it to something like Elden Ring, right? The games are by no means similar, but when we talk about difficulty, the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, these games tend to have harder difficulty and a long skill curve, right? It is by no means something you can just pick up and play and beat easily. And I feel the same with Helldivers. Once you start to pick it up and you start to buy things, it gets progressively easier. But I feel as if we've taken a little bit of a 180, and things aren't as good as they should be. There's a new hot patch coming on the 14th, I believe, in 2 days. I'll cover that in a little bit at the end. But what I really wanted to talk about is how we need to learn how to balance things without completely decimating them. Because I feel like the railgun is still pretty useful for the automatons. But when you go bring it over to the Terminids, it feels lackluster for the most part. And I feel like you have to really pick and choose once you get to Helldiver, as you should. But some things just don't work, and if they don't work, you kind of shit out of luck. And that sucks for everybody, because not only are you letting your team down, but you're really letting, everybody else down around you. And I wanted to talk about how there's an upgrade system in Elden Ring. Once you upgrade weapons, you're doing the same exact things when you're buying things in Helldivers. So I would say these two are one and the same. Once you upgrade weapons in Elden Ring, you start to get progressively stronger. You get to kill more enemies. You get to kill stronger enemies. And then those enemies give you more runes, which you use to purchase things. And that's the same thing with Helldivers. The more you kill things, the better you do. The more you finish missions, the more effective you are, and then you get to buy more stuff and upgrade. So once you get to Helldive, I believe you should be at the strongest you should be, right? I feel that way, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like I'm still at a complete disadvantage, and that's the main thing. That's the point. But when it gets to a point where it feels almost impossible, I think that's a point that should be made. I feel like that's not really something that should be a thing. Like, it doesn't feel impossible to kill Melania. I know she's super hard, and that's a long skill curve in Elden Ring, like I said. But she's not impossible to defeat. Helldivers is not impossible to defeat. It's just really, really hard. Especially with the Terminids. It's Battle Titans everywhere. It's Chargers everywhere now. These heavies are spawning like it's raining cats and dogs when it comes to these Battle Titans, these big enemies, and even on the automaton side, it's also the same. So I think this upgrading system has gotten lackluster when it comes to like weapons. These things are frustrating to a lot of the community, and I completely understand that. And I see a lot of discourse back and forth, and this it's like a topic that's almost black and white to you guys. Not you guys, but you know, like to the community, and it's not black and white at all. I feel like there's a gray area that we're not looking at, and we really need to take the time to digest that and understand that this game is not really balanced right now. It's definitely enemy sided for the most part, and I mean that. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying if we look at the statistics right now and see all the players and like everything that's going on, you can enjoy how you want to play. By no means, listen to me right here. By no means, don't enjoy how you play. I think everybody should have their own fun. I personally like to play on the hardest difficulty. I like playing hard. You know, it's fun to me. But when it starts to get impossible, it almost feels, well, impossible. You know. So I really wanted to stick my hands in the mud with that and try and figure out what the new, I guess the new meta would be, to try and figure out what it is to take these things down easier. And I don't mean the easiest like it's gonna be, ooh, that was too easy, you know, but you know, have a good chance of surviving with more of my reinforcements. That is the main point of this topic. I want to play the game, have fun, and also take down enemies. It doesn't matter how many shots it takes, but once you start to get to the point where I'm at and you really see how it's taking down nothing, it's almost frustrating. Like I said, it's really frustrating. But I wanted to talk about the update on the armor in the new WARBOND. This armor, it's really cool to me. It comes. I don't know what the special effects are on it. I will have to wait for that. I haven't seen anything, but I'll show you a picture right now of it. And it also comes with 3 new weapons, I believe. Or it might be 3 weapons, but they're like all the same. Editing to Sony really quick. I just wanted to let you guys know that there's 3 new weapons, not the same ones like a recolor. And then there's 3 new utilities, and then capes that come with the armor, and 3 poses that come with it as well. Just wanted to let you guys know. I know you saw it in the picture, but yeah, that's it. But this new Warbond is coming on March 14th, 2024. Just look out for it. It should be a hot patch coming with it, and hopefully it fixes our crossplay issue, which I was talking about in yesterday's video. So, yep, I think that's all for today, folks. Y'all have a good one. Peace.